Think of a single digit number. Draw that as big as you can and draw it lightly, since we won't be keeping this as part of our final project. Next, draw a contour line or a continuous line around your stick number. Don't lift your pencil until you get back to where you started. Then you can erase your stick number. Goodbye, stick number. Now think of a shape, a circle, a rectangle, a star, and draw it a maximum of 5 times. The trick is to draw these in the background and not on top of your number. And finally, choose a solid line and draw it in your background. Jump over your number and any shapes to make it look as if the number is in the foreground or the front, and the lines and shapes are in the background. Draw a maximum of 3 lines and then trace this entire drawing with your Sharpie marker to complete this picture. Now we need to make an exact copy of it. Place your second paper on top and you can faintly see the drawing underneath it. Do your best to trace this with Sharpie to make your copy. Hold the paper carefully with your non-dominant hand or the hand that doesn't draw. That way it doesn't wiggle while you're tracing. When you're all finished, that's when you can pick up the paper and check to make sure that you've traced everything. Let's add some color, baby, color to our project now. I've divided these into warm and cool colors. One paper will be colored all cool colors, and your other drawing will be colored all warm colors. As a reminder, white is not a warm or a cool color, so there should not be any white left in your paper. You've got to color the entire picture, including all of the spaces in the background. After all of that hard work of drawing and coloring, it's time to cut these projects up. Let's start with the cool colored paper. Place your ruler along the edge. Make sure that it lines up completely. Hold it tight so it doesn't wiggle by spreading out your fingers, and then draw a straight line. Now move your ruler over and do this again. Line the ruler up with that line, spread your fingers so the ruler doesn't wiggle, and use your pencil to draw a straight line. Keep going until you've gone all the way across the paper as far as you can. You might have a little strip left over, and that's okay. Now on your warm color paper, turn it so it's upside down and then flip it over. Now, do the exact same thing that you did with your cool colored paper. Place the ruler on the edge, line it up, spread your fingers apart so it doesn't wiggle, and pull your pencil from top to bottom along the ruler to create your straight lines. You should have the same number of lines on both papers, including any little pieces. Next, take your scissors and cut apart the warm colored paper. As I cut apart my strips, I like to lay them on top of the cool colored paper and watch them line up. And now let's set up our pattern. We're going to start with warm as the cool strip, so remove the second warm one to reveal the cool underneath. Keep the warm one for the third one and remove the fourth one to reveal the cool underneath. Do you see my AB pattern? Warm, cool, warm, cool? When you're done making the warm and cool pattern, turn over your strips one at a time and apply glue to the back. Attach the warm strip to the cool colored paper, checking to make sure that your number drawing lines up as best as possible. Remember, this is very thin paper, so you don't need to use a whole lot of glue or else the paper will wrinkle up as it dries. Just draw a contour line around the outside of your strip, like you're drawing a rectangle with the glue. And remember, before you attach the warm strip to the cool paper, check to make sure that your number lines up and that you don't have the strip upside down. Once you have all of your strips glued down, give your paper one good massage and then it's time to start cleaning up. Any extra strips of warm colors that we have left over, you can just throw those away when you're all finished. And thanks for creating these warm and cool patterned numbers with me today.